Hey, everybody, it's Alexis with Create Your Future. Happy Monday. Thanks for being here. Today, I am talking about a client success story that touches upon specific person, relationship goals, creating your reality, changing the aspects of you and your reality in order to receive the final manifestation that you are creating. So, before I get started, like always, the links for booking one-on-one coaching, one-on-one hypnosis, the links to all of my courses, pre-recorded hypnosis audios are in the box below. And you guys, I am coming to you fresh with my post Pilates gym hair. This is very early in the morning where I am, and my husband and son are sleeping. So the lighting looks a little bit like it's pretty early in the morning, but I felt so inspired to create this video because of clients I have spoken to this week. So rather than being all ready to go visually, I am just on here presenting the information for everyone to learn and grow from. So you guys, this week, I have had so much positive feedback from the client success story that was most recently about a client of mine whose specific person, the SP, was her husband. And even though she was consciously creating the relationship, doing affirmations, choosing her thoughts differently, she was still, when she came to coaching with me, she had a laundry list of frustrations, irritations, and annoyances that he was still doing. So if this is you, also, this might speak to you if you're finding yourself really frustrated, irritated, and annoyed with yourself in the process of creating the new you, or like maybe you are manifesting a person that you haven't heard from. Like it looks like crickets in the 3D, and you are tending to annoy and frustrate, possibly like trigger yourself. Now, the thing I want to say about that word trigger, even though I've used it, it is not to over capitulate and over perpetuate the definition and the idea of being triggered. I am saying that as a general thing, jumping into it right into the video. Because what I hear a lot of people doing these days when they speak to me in sessions is I'm triggered by this, I'm triggered by that. The client that I spoke to in the success story, right, last week about being frustrated, irritated, and annoyed, she used the same terminology. Oh, I'm so triggered by this and this and this and this and this. And actually, like I told her very bluntly and pleasantly, was I do not think you're triggered. I think you're overusing the word trigger, like bang, bang, everything bothers me, where you're actually really just in a human sense within irritated, frustrated, and annoyed. So like maybe you're living in a situation that you are recreating with your family where all the people in the situation irritate, annoy, and frustrate you. That's actually what's going on. We want to stop overusing the term trigger. If something really in actuality triggers you, it's a much greater thing. It is triggering my old baggage, my old self, and therefore I am put into a state where I feel disempowered, victimized. Okay. I just want to differentiate the two and to encourage you to stop using the word trigger, 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 because that really won't help you grow either. You want to take note of, how am I feeling? How am I being? How am I associating to my reality? And then like, what's bothering me? Okay. Like I had that client do. Now, if you listen to the success story last week, and I had so much positive feedback and overpowering connection with her story, because like I said last week, she came to me with a laundry list of irritations. Like I take notes. If you've worked with me one-on-one, I take notes while you're speaking about what we're going through, what's our feedback in reality, what, et cetera, right? I'm a hypnotherapist. I've always taken notes. It's not like they're all confidential. Okay, but she had a list, like you guys, I couldn't even keep it. It was like everything, right? Now, what I just noticed is that everything about the guy, everything about her husband was really bothering her. Now, what was her method of dealing with that? It was, Alexis, I'm recreating this, but this is so frustrating. I have all my affirmations. I know I create my reality. I understand it, but I'm so irritated. I'm so annoyed. I'm so frustrated. And I said, okay, well, I understand that you're doing affirmations in your mind, but we have to choose differently and be the you that is less bothered. Okay. So I'm talking about this client again, and I'm using aspects of her situation because her method of dealing with it in her reality of while she was recreating it from within, guess what she was also doing? She was telling him how to be, how to be, how to be. Now, this can apply to you and your specific person. It can apply to you and even a son or a daughter. It can apply to you and a parent, a person that you are recreating and choosing differently, or perhaps you're recreating and choosing differently about yourself. And the person is really doing things that remind you of the old you, or they're just really bothering you. First of all, you guys, what I want to, is there a delay in the video? I intend there is not. What I would like to encourage you to do today is to just for 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, perhaps a month, perhaps just a week, is to stop going at the person and asking for them to change, telling them what to do, and asking to do things differently. Now, I have talked about this in so many videos, but this is a sneaky thing. Like, perhaps you're feeling that your needs aren't being met in any area. And then you're wanting to talk to the person, go at the person, explain it to the person, get an answer, discuss it. Okay. Now, we want to just unlearn that for everything. That can be good sometimes when you're coming from the place of creating it from within, creating the solution, seeing them differently, feeling them differently, seeing yourself differently, feeling yourself differently. But you want to stop interacting with them in the 3D reality and problem solving a lot of things. I've talked to a lot of people recently who, even though they're consciously creating and they are manifesting and choosing the reality right with a specific person, and they are creating and recreating their relationship, they are still tending to interact in their 3D reality where they're making something happen, doing something, and discussing something. Now, my advice today in this video is contradictory to other things that we hear in the 3D reality, like being 100% transparent, or communication is everything. We hear that about relationships. And yes, communication is important. With someone that is your loved one, that you want the juicy, loving, adorable, adoring relationship, I really leave it up to you if you illustrate as part of that reality that you and the person both need to be 100% transparent all of the time in order for it to work. Okay. I just feel that a lot of the idioms and the analogies we hear in the 3D reality about relationships are coming from them being so problematic. Now, if we decide and think, oh, my major relationship, my person, it is actually beautiful, wonderful, and amazing. And my relationships in my reality are becoming wonderful, beautiful, and amazing as part of your mental diet and as your perspective and as your choice of creation. Then is there really the need to address it so strongly and have such a logistical way to go about it? I think not. It is my vote to be creating and deciding and thinking and feeling differently about it, and therefore it transforms it out there. Remember that you and only you and only you are the creator of your experience. You and only you are the creator, the illustrator, the designer, the director, and the producer, and also through consciously choosing to be the star of your relationship. So if you're those things, then what is the need to go at the person, get so frustrated, get so annoyed, and create so much friction with them with whatever it is? There really isn't. Okay. So it's something that you want to unlearn how to do. And if you speak to me in session, right? If you ask me this, I am, I'm here to assist and to be a facilitator and give you a sounding board for what you're creating. How do I create this differently? How do I choose this differently? How do I really learn and understand that I am the God and I am the creator of my reality? I am, these days, just generally non-supportive of going at the person, telling them what to do, explaining it, and even doing that in a sneaky way, right? Like, hey, are you gonna, there's the trash over there. So today's Monday. You gonna take out the trash? So like, do you want to get that? You want to do that? Because I'm doing X, Y, and Z around the house. You gonna take out the trash? Sneaky way to tell someone how to do something where you just don't need and you don't have to, you guys, do that anymore. Now, this can apply to so many situations and so many people, right? The client that I had last week, who I am just referencing again, let me try to find the exact name of the video, because I can just imagine people saying, what video is she talking about? This was from last week. Finally see him change like she did. Success story, manifest, love, and create is my thumbnail. Finally see him change like she did. Now, because she created the change from within. And I'm bringing her up and the same story again this week because everybody has been inspired by her. Okay. So I haven't spoken to her this week exactly, but I'm sure that she watched her success story. She didn't write a comment on it, but if this is you, then this is also so monumental, right? Because how she finally saw him change was she also stopped interacting with him in the 3D reality of the old story and the old version, where he was frustrating, bothering her, doing a bunch of things. I really, really had her. Now, this took her I say a while, I would say 2 or 3 sessions, because she would speak to me. We would have new affirmations, a new viewpoint. And she would say to me, Alexis, every time I talk to you, something shifts. Every time I talk to you, he's so different that same day and then a couple of days. And I said, okay, well, that's because through us discussing this and us thinking about it and feeling about it in a different way, he then shows and reflects that calmness and serenity that you have. And then I said, what happens on day 4? She said, well, I just tend to kind of like fall off the wagon. Something he does triggers me. Something with the kids bothers me. And then I'm back to thinking I'm doing everything. It's all my fault. Everything is falling apart, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yes, I get it. We need though. And once she did this, she saw a huge change. Once she moved through the things that she would create that would irritate her, and she would respond to them differently through, guess what, you guys, not responding. And I taught her to take a break, go somewhere else, focus on yourself, not in the sense that we hear about self-concept, but focusing on, what do I need right now? What am I doing for me? If he's really, really, really irritating me, what is that trying to convince me to do? To get him to do something, to shift into being the irritated, annoyed, frustrated version of myself. And therefore, everything of my reality reverberates the reality of before. Okay. So I said, now I want you to take the practice and go 7 days. And then we did 14 days. And then we did 21 days, just like I'm saying in this video, of not reacting in frustration, irritation in her reality. Now, if you're a single gal, how does this apply to you? If you're a single guy, how does this apply to you? If you're manifesting someone back, how does this apply to you? Well, try to think of it like this. What is that default version of you that you end up being, right? A lot of people I speak to that are currently single in their reality, they end up, the default is loneliness, feeling separate, feeling alone, feeling a comparison factor between them and all the people who appear to be just so happy and so perfect, right? Who are in relationships, having kids and doing things. So if that's your default and you tend to feel about yourself alone, lonely, left out, not included, like life isn't moving forwards, right? Then I want to challenge you to perpetuate and into a longer period of time feeling self-fulfillment, self-happiness. Taking care of self really within is creating that foundational system of okayness and stability and strength and bravery and trust and faith that it's all working out for you. So you can use this information and this knowledge for whatever you are choosing differently about from within in order for it to happen in the 3D reality. Now, like I've said in almost every video, everyone, it comes down to you. How you are being and thinking and feeling and also acting and deciding. I can't say this enough. Who you are being, who you are thinking, who you are feeling yourself to be. And then the way that you're illustrating reality from within also is part and parcel to how are you acting out there, right? Now, if you're single and you're going on dates, or let's say you're single and you're manifesting someone back and you're also choosing to partake in your reality, go on dates, whatever, but you're still feeling alone, like they're not here. We want to shift that into, oh no, I am feeling complete fulfillment and stability and happiness and bravery and strength and trust and faith in myself, because I am the creator of my reality and I choose who I am, even in the face of what would create you before to be lonely and sad and feeling separate If you're in a relationship with someone and they're doing the things that are trying to convince you to be from before, irritated, annoyed, frustrated, feel like you deserve better than this, blah, 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 right? If you're one of my clients and you've worked with me, you know that you've told me all the excuses that you have in your mind for why the person is totally allowed to trick you into being frustrated, irritated, annoyed, feeling left out, and etc. And I'm here to say that we want to take the power back to self and really challenge yourself. Whatever tries to cause you to fall into the default pattern that you were before, you actually want to use it as motivation to be like, oh, this is all the stuff that would get me to fall back into feeling disempowered, or this isn't happening. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to ride the wave. I am going to continue to be me, who is fulfilled, and the goddess or God of my reality, the spark of God and the creator of this relationship and this reality, this situation. Like, so no, there is no need to feel sad, down and out. Even when you're creating and bringing someone back into your reality, back into your awareness, remember that if that's you, we are not creating someone. The way that we need to look at this is not creating and manifesting and bringing someone in so that then we feel complete. Then we feel life moving forwards. Then we feel included. Then we feel this is happening. We want to see that no, in order for it to really happen, we need to have self-fulfillment, self-wholeness, and create the self-concept from within that is whole and stable and perfect and beautiful, just loving life, loving the moment. And then we are creating for them to come into reality, into awareness, because we are wanting and desiring of the experience. There's a big difference. So whether it's that you're manifesting a person that is in your reality, or you're manifesting for a brand new relationship, or you are manifesting, meaning choosing reality and creating. There's so many things, you guys. The word trigger and then even the word manifesting these days is really, really not hitting home on being the epicenter and the creator of your reality. The word manifesting, I think, has been overused in terms of I'm manifesting or I'm not. I manifested that, Alexis, or I didn't. But no, you are always creating your reality. Either it's conscious or unconscious. So we want to think about it as, who am I choosing myself to be in my reality, in my scenario? Who am I choosing? Who do I get to be? Who do I want to be? Oh, I know who I am. I am whole. I am perfect. I am complete. I am the creator of my experience. This is my reality. This is my sphere of energy. This is my reality. This is my sphere of energy. So like, I'm already great. I'm good. I'm amazing. I'm fulfilled. I'm great. I'm good. I'm amazing. I'm fulfilled. I'm great. I'm good. I'm amazing. I'm fulfilled. I am so whole. I'm so complete, right? Which is the opposite of I'm so alone, or I'm so irritated. I'm so frustrated. They're really bothering me, right? And I've even had this with clients recently who I've been talking a lot about this in videos, like, does the person bother you, or does the scenario bother you? Do they bother you, right? And they will try to tell me, clients, everyone tries to tell me all the information under the sun of why they should be allowed to be super frustrated, super irritated, right? Like, I have one client who, the moment she speaks about her boyfriend, totally shifts into irritation, annoyed, and frustration. So I pick up on it, right? And I'm like, okay, so is that how you are when he walks in the door? Like, when he comes home, is that who you are? Has he already done something wrong? Has he already pissed you off? Is it already not good enough? Are you already annoyed? Are you already frustrated? Are you looking to see, has he had too much alcohol being out with the guys? Okay. Because remember, basics here are also where your energy flows, where your focus goes, is what you're creating. Now, if you're deciding people are already irritating you, then guess what, you guys? All they're going to do is irritate you. It is just the laws of the mind. It's how reality works. So this is my guidance today. It is, when I am recording this video, it's a Friday. So, but when you see this video, it's going to be a Monday. So going into the week, really deciding, who am I being in my experience? Am I being whole and complete? And then seeing that I'm changing these things by choosing differently. Like, he's doing everything to make me happy. He loves to do everything. Even that example with the trash, he loves taking out the trash. He loves doing things around the house. He loves being part of everything. He loves being here because our home is his happiness. Are you reaching for that thought and that creation? Are you transforming your thoughts into those thoughts when, let's say, the trash bothers you? Or are you staying in the same sticky place of Nothing ever gets done. He doesn't do anything right. He never takes out the trash. Everything is on me. I have to do everything. It's all about me, meaning in a negative way. I'm the only one here. It all falls on my shoulders. Okay. I intend this all makes sense. I had written down some notes, just some things that some people have talked about this week also that I like to bring into a video because there are common topics and everything, is that you guys, nobody has free will in your reality. Client said I should talk about this in the video. And that's what I'm illustrating here. If nobody in your reality has free will, meaning that they are pieces of the fabric and the tapestry of your inner reality, your inner universe, your inner illustration, that's why they have no free will. It is not that we are making someone do something and changing people. It is that people show up how you decide and expect and illustrate them to. How you decide and you expect and you illustrate them to. How you decide and you expect and you illustrate them to. That's why the version of the person that you are recreating, along with the version of you, is always part and parcel to the higher, greater manifestation. Now, if you want a refresher also, what do I mean by the version, right? I mean, who is the person that is your SP? Who have you decided that they are? What, I have Post-its here. Who have you posted? Of course, their hearts, right? Who have you posted the person to be? What version are you accessing? Now, going back to the version of the trash example, right? Have you decided that your specific person, that he or she, let's take the trash example, just doesn't do things around the house, doesn't get things done in a timely manner, never does anything right around the house, it all falls on you. Now, if we want to recreate that aspect of the person, I would guide you to think about, okay, so if they don't take out the trash, what do they do? What are they doing? And then what about the person causes you to be so upset about the trash, really? Is it that they do everything, that they procrastinate? Are they lazy? That's what I've heard a lot, okay? And we want to think, no. And my reality, if I'm choosing, and if my reality out there is a projection of my mind, that I am choosing that my person, that he does things in a timely manner, always wants to get everything done ahead of schedule. And guess what? Instead of lazy procrastinator, he is now a planner. So you think he is a planner, he is a planner, he is a planner. He is so great at planning things. He even plans the chore schedule and things around the house. We're on the same page of planning. That's why I'm always asking a lot of questions to go deeper into who is the person. All right. So in this video, I have already answered some major questions about free will and the version of the person. This is, again, it's not about people don't have free will so that they are pieces on a checkerboard and you are moving them around and you're making things happen and you're manipulating. No, it is that people show up how you expect them to and who you describe and who you illustrate them to be. Now, there's also the bridge of gap in space of time, where if you're thinking these things and you're thinking, again, like, let's say, opposite of lazy, he's a planner, he does everything ahead of time, yada, 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 but he doesn't take out the trash. Alexis, what do I do when he doesn't take it out? I'd say, well, we're in the in-between period. That's the time where you still choose and you still think and you still perpetuate and persist in that same thought. He's a planner, because we just don't want to be affected and taken off course by the trash. Okay. I think that's a good way to illustrate it, because that's what we're always doing. We're thinking and we're choosing differently about people. And then they do the old behavior, but we want to say, no, that old behavior is not going to cause me to be in the old version of me, which is frustrated, irritated, annoyed, and seeing that they just don't do anything right. Right. No, it's saying, hey, I'm changing this. I'm recreating this. This is up to me. This is my reality, which is so exciting and so amazing. So I'm not going to be annoyed, frustrated. No. And I am going to, you could also experiment with, unless it gets gross. Okay. Also, if the trash is the thing, right? As an example, use your own analogy, is not reacting to the trash, looking at the trash, doing something else, and still thinking he's a planner. He's doing it. The trash is getting taken out. I'm doing less and less. I'm enjoying life more. Life is fun again, right? So instead of like going at the person, are you going to take out the trash? It's like, no, I'm either going to take out the trash myself, which is kind of like what we don't want to do, right? But I'm not going to give a lot of power and a lot of focus to what I don't want and get angry at that trash over there. Okay. So apply this to your situation, your scenario. How am I thinking and how am I illustrating reality? And also thinking about like, what's really bothering me? What is like annoying me and trying to convince me to go into the old version of me where nothing is working, everything is difficult. I have to like make things happen. I have to tell people how to be, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to do reality that way anymore. Okay. So think of it like this. What post-its have I attached to my person? Lazy, doesn't move it forwards, doesn't plan, etc. Because I have more than enough energy. I'm always doing everything. I plan everything for everyone. I've taken on the load of a lifetime. No, neither of you have to have either of those labels. It's like, oh no, we are always on the same page. We're always planning things together. This is getting easier and easier. It is so amazing. I am doing less and actually enjoying life more. I can have faith and trust that he likes to do things for me. I don't know. That was like 6 affirmations. Okay. This could be a cute sweatshirt. Do we think? Not really my style, but I could see someone liking it. Okay, so that as another post-it would be, I am the creator. This is just the mental diet, right? I am the creator of this. I'm creating this. I'm feeling fulfilled. I'm so whole and so complete. Everything about our relationship is more fulfilling and more fun and getting more and more exciting. We are both doing so many things together. We are planning a future. We are always thinking of the same things. We have the same values. We have the same future planning. We are supportive of each other and we are having a good time. Okay. So on these post-its, that's everything I had written down. And also, I did want to say that I have a client who has really used the phrase of building a new muscle, meaning creating reality and choosing differently has become, I said it in session to her, we are developing a new muscle, which is, she has said, really helped her as a way to think about, like, we all understand muscle memory, that if you were to do biceps, that the muscle would remember how to do biceps, right? And that we want to apply the same kind of like analogy to the mental diet, that we're learning and creating a new muscle, which is creator of our reality, creator of the relationship, creator of the specific person, choosing what we want within. Today, I do not have any water next to me, so my throat's a little itchy. All right, everyone, I am intending the best for everyone, and that this video has provided clarity on some real life situations and the ways that you can go about truly finally seeing results. That's what we're here for. That is what I am here for, is to give clients the tools and the ways to understand how to create life differently and then finally see results in the 3D reality. So just like this client was the same one that I'm talking about in 2 videos. She is so special. She gets 2 videos to her own. You can see all of the people in your reality shift and change. You can see huge changes, breakthroughs with people, but it all comes down to, what are you thinking? What are you feeling about you? What are you thinking? What are you feeling about them? What are you thinking? What are you feeling about the 2 of you? And then how are you reacting out there? And not allowing things to try to trick you into thinking and feeling and being in the old reality. All right. All right, everybody. So that's my video for today. I will see you in my next video. We are still embarking on the holidays in the United States. So if you are planning for Halloween, it's still pretty early in the month, but I still, just want to say, let's intend and let's create and let's choose together that Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, that it is fulfilling, wonderful, and amazing, that it's easy to get along with everyone, and that everything is all coming together for your highest good and for your highest involvement and giving you insights into what you truly desire. All right, I will see you guys in my next video. Make today awesome. Celebrate yourself all week long. I love you so much. See you soon. Bye.